Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 8.5 by 11 double page layout with 30 days of sketches for Christie's Beautiful Life, Series 17. Today's sketch is by MK Gunn, and I am doing a double page, as I said, except for it will be 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to change it up just slightly, kind of sort of where I place the photos more than anything. The rest of it is kind of sort of like the sketch. Again, because I'm sizing it down, I do have to change it up a little bit. I have some acrylic by Color Cast Designs that I'm going to try to get on the layout. Some of it I get on, some of it I do not. Um, I show these arrows and they actually get lost on my desk somewhere. Um, but I do get the title piece and I get a couple of these little, they kind of remind me of snowflakes. They're little like asterisks, but they match the same colors. And then the black ones were acrylic pieces from Close to My Heart. I actually end up not using any of those. The snowflake stencils are both from Pear Tree Cut Files. I only use the smaller stencil of the snowflakes versus the one that had like single larger ones. I choose not to use those ones, mainly because I don't have much room after I get the photos laid out. I have a few Doodlebug sticker sheets. Mainly, I'm going to use that blue one. And then I have quite a few scraps here from a Doodlebug collection. And I don't remember the name of this one. I think it's called like Winter Friends or something like that. It's definitely an older collection, and I'm not even sure you could get it anymore. But it's definitely Winter Wonderland, actually, is what it's called. But it had these cute little characters on the sticker sheet, little snowmen and more Yetis and moose and what there's like little trees and lots of little snowflakes. I do get quite a few of them on the layout, but not a lot. Again, because I ran out of space on the layout, I really didn't have a lot of room, but I definitely needed like a little place to put them because they're not very big. They're not even like 2 inches big. So they're definitely on the smaller side. But where I get them placed on the layout actually works out perfectly. I also have some shimmers paints, as you can see here. I have 4 of them. And the blue tealy color is Pull Me Close. The blue is Blew My Mind. And then the purple is called um, Plum Crazy, I think is that one. And then this pinkish colored one is Hot Lips, I believe. So here I'm using the stencil and just kind of laying it down and then using the shimmers to stencil through with a foam top brush. So I'm just pressing it in and making my little snowflakes. This one here actually looks almost exactly the same as the pink one. So I went ahead and just went with it. I do have a darker purple that I could have pulled out, but I decided just to go with it and just keep going. So I'm going to do the teal color next and basically just go around. I already had the photos laid out. I will bring them back in here in just a minute, but I laid them down and then kind of did a pencil mark around them so that I wouldn't be wasting a whole lot of product if it's just going to be covered up. And again, not much of it's going to actually be showing in the end. There's going to be just a few little snowflakes popping out here and there, but I really like the little effect that it gives to it. And again, it doesn't leave a white background because I can't just do the white background. I just can't, guys. I've tried and I just don't like the white background. So I'm adding in a few more. These ones are kind of like the smaller ones. I'm just trying to go in and add a few more. And then I'm going to do a little bit of splattering with the blue. And there we go. I have a little background that I created. And now I'm going to actually frame it out with that wood grain paper. That wood grain paper actually was in the collection. It had little characters on the back of it, little tiny. This paper actually reminds me of like old school scrapbooking paper when you had all kinds of tiny little icons on the opposite side. And I just don't really like that look. So I'm going to use a lot of the tone on tones, or like this one here. This is the wood grain. And I'm going to frame out the layout with the wood grain. And that was just to give it a beginning and an end. Again, I don't really like white space, and the white was just kind of bothering me. I think it matches in the end. I think it helps pop the photos also, um, just with little brown frame all the way around. So that's all I'm doing. And I did cut the corners at an angle. So it really does look like a wood frame all the way around. So there we go. I'm just inking up the sides. I did have washi tape holding it together for when I did the stenciling, but it was coming off, so I just went ahead and pulled it off. I'm going to lay this stripe paper down at the bottom. MK had, I'm not sure how big her border is at the bottom, but it was 2 layers at the bottom, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to do 2 layers. I had cut that one on accident, so I just pieced it back together. And then here I'm going to use all the cut aparts to map my photos. Um, I'm doing one here on camera. All the rest of them are already done. And I actually end up changing this particular one out anyways. But I will show you how I first pieced it together. And all of them have a gray on them also, which the gray has snowflakes on it too. It's a tone on tone. So I'm not sure how much of it you can actually see on screen. I know in the close-ups you can kind of tell a little bit more. So here I'm trying to lay out the photos, get a play for where they're going to go again. And now that they're matted, um, I'm trying to make sure they're going to fit. And this one here, I'm actually going to switch with the larger one that's on the left-hand side. And I'm going to place it over on the right-hand side instead. So I'm just going to flip those two, and then you'll see I have purple and purple right next to each other. So what I did is I switched the purple photo with the blue photo down below. And that's because since I changed the journaling block to the opposite side, that worked out. So that's all I'm going to put on that plaid paper is journaling when I get that done. So here I am just attaching down all my photos. And then, like I said, I will come and take those bottom ones apart. I believe I cut that part out. I don't think I left all that in because it did take me a while to get that re-pieced back together. But I like the way that it looks. I like the little pop of color around the photos. And that was a way for me to use up those cut aparts because even though I thought they were really cute with the designs on them, the color was better to use on this layout. And it's okay. They're gone. They're out of my stash. It's all right. They're on the layout. So that's where I showed you it was purple next to purple. I didn't realize that when I flipped them, and then I went and changed them out. So, and I have they're pretty much in a sequence order. He's pretending to eat the kinetic sand. And then at the bottom, he's just playing with them. He's stuffing it inside of a little castle and then dumping it over and making a castle with the kinetic sand. He used to love to play with the kinetic sand, especially on, cold days where we couldn't go outside and play because it was snowing like this day. We would stay in and play with the kinetic sand. And he was really good about keeping it inside of that little box that he's playing in. It was like a little sandbox for the kinetic sand. So here I'm adding a few little stickers. One is a polar bear and a little fox. And then on the right hand side, I have the Yeti and a little snowman and a little tree. And then up on the journaling block, I have another tree and a little snowman. And I put the acrylic piece right in the middle of the sandbox photo and the photo at the top where he's eating the sand. And it just says happiness captured, which I thought was kind of a cute title for this. And it is like a lavender purple color. So it matches with the color theme of the layout. And I am using liquid glue on all of these stickers. None of these stickers actually are sticky once you take them off the sticker sheet. Like they were not sticky at all. So again, I'm adding liquid glue to anything I add to any of my layouts from here on out because I'm finding that um, stickers just don't stick. And whether it's chipboard or paper or it just doesn't seem, I'm not sure it would stick over time either. So I definitely am going to just add liquid glue. Here's where I remembered the acrylic pieces that I wanted to bring in. And I ended up bringing in just the snowflakes or the asterisks. They're not really snowflakes, they're little asterisks, but they match color-wise to that happiness captured. So that's what I'm doing, is just adding a few of those around. And then I added a whole bunch of little snowflakes from the sticker sheet all around to go with my mixed media snowflakes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's layout. I definitely enjoyed the color palette of this layout. Probably one of my favorites. The blue and the purple and the pink is so pretty in this collection. I wish I had more photos to match it, but I don't have very much left of this collection. But thanks for coming by. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's layout. Bye.